Hi, welcome to our channel DC42 Reddit. I, 26F, think my husband, 29Mim, has been acting strange. We have been together 5 years. Maybe I am crazy. I guess IDK. Over the last year, things have been very weird. For example, he is the one that likes to buy sex toys, which I completely open with. However, I notice that at times, new toys will pop up into our sex drawer or be taken out. We seem to be pretty open when acknowledging that if I'm working long hours or if he is away on a work trip, self-pleasure is fine. However, like I said, a while back, he bought me a dildo. We used it then mysteriously. Weeks later, it went missing. When I asked about it, he said he didn't want to bother me with it and that I didn't clean it properly. He noticed that the dildo had broken down and so he threw it away. I obviously didn't agree and argued that it made zero since massive amounts of lubricant get used at a time he gaslights the fuck. Put me and says that we use that much. I'm not an idiot, I'm pretty saturated usually. So IDK where the lube is going. I noticed a few months ago, some blue chews hidden under his computer talked with him about, and we reasoned with each other. I figured I would keep note in my head. Well, today they're like 2 left, and I'm sure where they are being used, maybe on me. But he said he stopped using them because they don't work. I got this super weird feeling today while he was outside and went searching, never through his phone. But I found a penis pump in his travel work bag. I'm most certain that he doesn't use it with me, given how it takes him no time to get up when we get out the shower. I also noticed my butt plug vibrator is missing. We used it like a week ago. Where could it have gone? I'm just so flustered and so confused. Maybe I'm crazy, but IDK what to do. I don't want to talk to him again until I have sufficient evidence that something is happening. Oh wait, I also found a makeup remover pack in his travel kit. He said he took it from the hotel to bring it home for me, but never told me about it. I noticed that when I did spring cleaning last week. The makeup remover is just what throws me off. They certainly do not give makeup remover wipes away at hotels that I've ever seen. But I also don't see why he'd pack another woman's makeup remover. Possible he's cross-dressing? Any advice from you folks? Comment down below. Let's read a comment from Reddit Peps. From Wolves Keep You Warm, this is super sketchy. I would start taking photos and documenting the evidence. And also, those excuses are very flimsy. Why take a penis pump on a trip? If you can't snoop successfully, I would have some concrete evidence and confront him. Coming up next is a new story. My 30th boyfriend's 30th ex reached out. Should I be worried? My live-in BF of 3 years, and I had a rocky start. He had a rough breakup with his ex, whom he was with for over a decade. He found out towards the end she cheated on him, and it hurt him a lot. In the beginning of our relationship, he told me we was still in contact with her, but refused to let us meet or to tell her he was in a relationship because she meddled in another relationship he had that ended in her, his ex, breaking them up. I was uncomfortable with that. And after a lot of talking, he agreed to break off contact with her, and he told her he was seeing someone. He recently searched her social media and found evidence online that the cheating he knew about was much more extensive. He asked me about reaching out to her to set some things straight and get closure. I understood and encouraged him to do so. That was a few weeks ago. Recently, he brought up contacting her again and showed me some public posts she made in code, addressing him with old pet names. In these posts, she said she wants to meet up. He told me he had seen the posts when he first approached me about contacting her, but didn't tell me because he wasn't concerned about that. His focus was on the other stuff he saw. He hasn't contacted her yet. I don't know if I'm looking into it too much that he initially omitted her posts directed to him when we talked about him connecting with her. Am I overthinking it? What should I do? I don't think you're overthinking it. I think it's very odd for him to still want closure with his ex 3 years into a new relationship. It really sounds like he's not over her. This whole situation, including how he was still in contact with his ex and refused to tell her he was seeing someone, is incredibly fishy. If she did ruin another one of his relationships, why would he keep contact with her? Any advice from you folk? Now let's go to Reddit comment section. From Pogosh, the time to mend. This was when you met him, and things began to progress. You had a lot of talking with him before he broke contact with her. Do you think this was fair to yourself to be with a man who previously had tried to move on and she sabotaged? That's kind of a big deal. He enabled her to basically ruin the relationship he had with the woman before you, and had to be persuaded not to have the same thing happen to you all over again. Which it did. This guy is literally trying to use you as the communication ambassador to this toxic person, so he can play victim, it sounds like. You're not overthinking. You can't make trust exist where it does not. That's all for today, folks. See you on next post.